Like you're a young person, if you're young, I would advise you to drop your phone and put your head down and study. That's what you should be doing now. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is episode 4. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank you for all the love and support by sharing, liking and subscribing. If you're new here, I want you guys to first subscribe, and if you guys are returning, thank you so much for coming back to watch my videos. The idea is for everybody to grow, to be better, and to be developed, to be self-developed. So you guys should stick around. My name is Michael Otroga. I am the founder and CEO of Swipe Nigeria. I am an entrepreneur. I love to create. I love to innovate. I love a creative workspace of people, doing things they love. I love to read a lot of books. In my free time, you'll find me playing basketball. I listen to good music, and I just love being me. Okay, so I have an idea book where I write all my ideas, whether they're dumb, stupid, anything. I just write down a list of ideas. So I was number 7 on the list, and I was like, okay. I was just thinking one day, I was like, we can order for food, we can order for clothes, we can order for, different things, but not services. I needed like a service like really bad, and I was like, I can't get this. Why? I was like, okay, if I'm facing this problem, somebody else has this problem. So Swipe came up, I wrote the name. Actually, the name was Ovis before, not Swipe. And then after I just reformed and rebranded, and Swipe came about. So yeah. I actually caught the entrepreneurship bug at the age of 13, and I picked up this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. The book actually opened a lot of things to me, and I was like, wow, there's a whole lot of possibilities outside school, outside a 9-to-5 job, and I just wanted more from life, really. Put my mind to business, to entrepreneurship, and everything basically. I was so restless at that age. After I read that book, I wanted to drop out of school. I just had to finish because of mom and everything like that. So I told my friend Benjamin, I talked to him, I had this idea in school. I was like, yo, let's meet these guys. So the agency for schools in Nigeria, we went there with the idea, little boys on our books, and then the guy ushered us into the room. He was sitting down and he said, okay, how can I help you? And then I was shivering, like I was just 13 years old. You can imagine a 13-year-old kid standing in front of like a grown man like that. So I was like, sir, we have an idea, we are teenagers from school. And he was like, what's this? I showed him our letter, and then he just threw the paper and said, take your paper and get out. Like, I felt so broken. I was like, are people actually like this? Like, how can you see a child of this age and do this kind of thing? My friend actually cried. It was a funny experience, I would like. Entrepreneurship for me is a lifestyle. I'm glad I really started early, basically. One of the things I would say, major things, is self-development. I can't overemphasize this really. As a teenager, as a young person, most of us tend to not really pay too much attention to this aspect of life, right? We just want to be with our iPhones, chatting, Instagram, Twitter. Like you're a young person, if you're young, I would advise you to drop your phone and put your head down and study. That's what you should be doing now. In 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, what do you want to do? Where would you be in your life? I can start a company of this sort is because of the books I've read, the people I've met. Basically just exploring, reading a lot of books, pushing myself out there, and not fearing to fail, and not being scared of failure. That's what I would say, really. It's a very, very funny story. After I watched the movie Social Network about Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook guy, I was so inspired. I was like, wait, if you could do this at this age, I can actually do something like this. So the movie got me hyped up, and I told my friend, I always tell friends everything, so I told my friend, and I was like, guy, see what this guy did, and he's like a billionaire, he's freaking rich, let's do it. That's how we just started. And tech was, I started researching, learning new skills, and checking for mentors and people I wanted to be like online. I found people like Fedro, Hano, I found people like George Moraro, and the inspiration was just so much inside of me. I just couldn't stop. Tech is something that really gets me excited, no matter if I'm from sleep, like just wake me up. Tech, it's so fascinating. Tech is not just something you can consume, it's something you can also create, right?
That was very deep. That was deep, guy.
How? So can I say that again, or should I just
Keep going, man.
So it's not just something you can consume, right? It's something you can create, right? So what pains me really is when people look down on Africa, especially Nigeria, and they're like, Nigeria is a poorly developed country, our technology is backward, and I'm like, wait, I can actually do something about this. Tech to me is really exciting. It's a better way of doing things. It's an easy way of doing things. I don't have to go to your house before I tell you a message. There's something called WhatsApp. It's just crazy, like the idea to sit down and send a voice message. It blows my head really, and I really want to be part of doing something great in life. Time is good, like for real. When I calculated my life, I was like, okay, so after high school, university 4 years, let's say, okay, you graduate 22, 23, right? You go to NYSC 24, like 25, life has started, right? So what are you going to do in your life, basically? Drop down my phone. At some point, I went off social media, I started self-learning, I started reading books, meeting other entrepreneurs, I started watching a lot of videos, and really, it just got me hyped up about my future. It just gave me this assurance, and it also makes you have something to talk about when you go outside. When you meet people of repute, what are you going to say? First question I notice people ask is not what school do you go to? People ask, what can you do? Like what can you do? Like, school is good, but you have to do something more than school. There's also, if you don't innovate, or more, like Nigeria, as a young person, you should really learn, find out what you love doing. Take time to take this inventory on yourself. I read this book called Signposts on the Road to Success by E.W. Kenyon, and it was talking about how to, find out your passion and whatever you love doing, really, because if you don't do that in life, I don't see any way he can become rich. Let me tell you something, Ronaldo took this thing on himself before he found out he loves football. I can call a lot of names. So really, as young people, we have to wake up. Just stop playing around and think we have all the time. Because you are 18 watching this video, you are 19, 20, your life has started. Mom will stop giving you cash and life will just hit you. I realized this early in life. I started reading, and so I came up about, and I'm working on something bigger than myself. What keeps me waking up every day and going to work and working, because I know there's something bigger than myself I have to do. Okay, so my first relationship was very funny. It was in high school, right? And I was dating this girl. She was older than me, and she was in SS3. I was in SS2 at the moment, and this girl, I don't know what she wanted from me, but I just knew that okay, this girl likes me, and it was a distraction to me because then I was working on other projects with my team, and they wouldn't see me at meetings during the week. They'd be like, "Guy, how far?" I'll be like, what happened? Just me. Oh yeah, let me just see what happened. I tried to catch up, but I figured out that this thing is wasting my time. 2 years from now, I won't be with that girl. That girl will go and find another boyfriend or something. I have to take my life seriously. But I wouldn't say going into a relationship is entirely wrong, because I learned a lot of things from that, like knowing how to check up on people, emotional intelligence, how to talk to people, how to communicate, right? So there's a lot of lessons to learn from being in a relationship, but it shouldn't be your priority, especially as a young person, because trust me, it can be very, very distracting. But still, it doesn't keep me from doing what I really want to do. But don't isolate your friends and think you are working, because when you make eventually all the money you want, who do you share these things with? Being an entrepreneur and balancing relationship, it's not really easy, but being there for people really is a sacrifice I had to learn how to make. Self-development is a very intentional thing. It's not just something you stumble upon, or it's not just a fluke, right? It's very funny. My friends were like, okay, I had money, and then guys were like, Air Force, Nikes, and I was like, no, I want to buy Rich Dad Poor Dad, or How to Think Big, and they're like, what are you doing? I know where I'm going to, and I know my future requires these things because of the kind of people I will meet, right? So if you're not valuable, you cannot meet with valuable people. You have to develop yourself to a point where you can stand. The Bible says something really important. It says, seest thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings and not men. So if you are diligent in developing yourself, obviously the kind of people you stand with, although you might just be your friends for now, but trust me, it's for a short period of time. Don't stop developing yourself. Keep reading books, I keep watching videos, I keep inspiring myself, because these are the things that keeps your hope and your vision alive. Developing yourself really is something we all have as young people. I know we are young, we are so fascinated about social media, but have time for everything. you should delegate your time, prioritize your time, and say, okay, I'm going to read this book. At least 3 chapters a day can help you a lot. I finished like 2 books in a week, and in a month I'm like reading like 4 books, right? That is really something we should all take personally. Self-development. Chasing money only puts you in danger, really. Money only comes when you offer value, right? Except you want to do something illegal. You shouldn't rush, or you shouldn't go out to just find any ways to make money. I know a lot of people might say things are going hard. I respect that, but for real, you should work on making yourself more valuable. You could learn a skill, like I learned Canva, like getting paid jobs of like 80k and above, thereabout, for just how to use Canva. As a young person, work on a skill that people can pay you for. When you know people can pay you for it, put yourself out there so that more people can pay you for it. This is how money is made, really, in this age and this generation. The fact that YouTube is there where we can learn a lot of things, harness technology, and just make ourselves better people, really. Not just chasing money, but being valuable so money can flow. Artificial intelligence, at some point, a lot of Nigerians were scared of it, especially the 5G. People thought it was something that is going to replace humanity and humankind. Actually here to assist humankind, right, and not to replace. So really saves your time, so you can just keep a robot at home doing the house chores. I saw a video, Jack Ma, that guy is really crazy. Like, Jack Ma created these robots of Alibaba, and this robot literally cleans the whole house for you. So I can be outside and I know an AI robot is doing the house chores. How cool is that? So artificial intelligence is something we should all harness, especially as Nigerians. Artificial intelligence is a savior. So 5 books I would recommend as a young person if you are starting out as an entrepreneur. Not necessarily entrepreneurship, but anything you love to do. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Number 1, that's by Robert Kiyosaki. Number 2, read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. 3, you should read The Power of Self-Confidence by Brian Tracy. 4, read Feeling Forward by John Maxwell. 5, read The Secret of the Millionaire Mind by Tia Veka. Those books really do a lot of things to you mentally. I found out that when I started reading those books, I couldn't talk with my mates again. Like, I would talk and they'd be like, what's this guy saying? It just kind of puts me ahead. Not to brag though, but you should read it in a way that to teach others, not to just be boastful. So those books will really help you. Check them out. You can get the soft copies. I cannot read soft copies, so I rather buy those books myself, and yeah, you should try them out. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a whole lot. I got to learn a whole lot as regards to life, technology, and basically being an entrepreneur. Michael is so full of value and knowledge, and I wanted you guys to hear from him. I hope you guys learned something. If you haven't liked this, please like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Share these videos to your friends who needs to see this. Spread love, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys learned something, and keep growing and keep being productive.